Hi, my name's Matt. This is a 10-minute mobility and stability routine. So mobility is basically flexibility, but it's a lot more dynamic, which means we can move from position to position and we can save a lot of time, but get some really good movements around some key areas that are tight around your body, such as your hips and your mid-back. Now, stability is more about your core stabilizers and the important muscles that work around your pelvis, and we're going to work on some of those in this routine. Now, this routine is 10 minutes long. It requires your body weight. All you need to do is follow me. The timings will be on the screen, and I will run the times as well. So just follow me through the routine. We are going to start on our backs. So when I line to our back, we'll get started. Okay, so arms nice and wide. Just going to roll out, open up that low back. Gently rolling your knees side to side, working through just a little bit more range each time to get that stretch. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, so we've got a 5-second rest now. 2, 1, 1, set to go. And we go across. This one's a progression for the last one. We're just going to get a nice stretch in our hips and our low back. Each rep just kind of gradually increase that stretch. So come across one side and then the other. 3, 2, 1, okay, and then rest. We're going to do it, work on our hips now. 2, 1, 1, okay. Going to just lift that hip up, one side and the other. If you note that we're not holding these stretches, we're just going on to a stretch and then going on to the other side. Okay, up onto your front. 3, 2, 1, 1, set to go. Working our core stabilizers now, so opposite arm to leg. Trying to stretch out that back leg, squeeze that glute, your bum muscle, so that's working. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, next we're going to go up into downward dogs. So walking our hands up. Pushing our heels towards the floor. So pushing down, nice stretch through your hamstrings, the backs of your thighs, and your calf muscles. Pushing them towards the floor. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Down to hands and knees. 2, 1, 1. Stretching out your mid-back, so-called thread the needle. So pushing through one side and then the other. Getting a nice stretch. Again, gently working into the stretch. One side and then the other. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay. 3. And they're going to work on your hips. So we're going to go into a pigeon fold. So pushing down one side and then the other. So pushing down. Keeping that back nice and straight, pushing through that hip so you get a nice stretch. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, the next one's a stability exercise that we're going to do. So you're going to push under, lift up, slide through towards the other side. So nice and smoothly from position to position. Gently let that arm come up. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, going to come into kneeling. Hands on your hips. You're going to drop back onto your hip. So stretching out. So you can put a towel under this knee if you're prone to kind of knee irritation. So that can help. So pushing that bum down, pushing that hip up towards the top. And then we're going to change over, go towards the other side. Push that bum back, push the hips up so the stretch comes round into your hip and into the side of your inner thigh muscle. So pushing through, that's it. Gently sitting back in a stretch, pushing your bum up. Going to go into a lunge position. Link your fingers up. And you're gently just going to push your hip forwards. Again, you can use a towel under your knee on the back, but we're going to get a stretch through the front of your thigh, just in here. Squeeze that glute muscle at the back. Working through that stretch.
3, 2, 1, rest.
And then we're changing over. Again, getting that hip into position, linking those fingers, pushing up, stretching that hip joint out. So coming on and off the stretch. Keeping your bum muscle tight at the back, you should feel the stretch down here, front of your back thigh.
3, 2, 1, rest.
You can have a stand up, feet nice and wide, Sumo Squat, so you're going to push your bum down towards the floor. So bum down, working into that stretch. Okay, next one's a back lunge. So alternating side to side. Step back, one side and the other. If I go sideways, you can see a better view of my hip angles. Keeping that chest up, pushing that back knee towards the floor.
3, 2, 1, rest.
Okay, and then work on your single leg, so your hamstring muscles. So we're going to stretch forward one side and then the other, getting that back leg straight. Trying to get that chest level to the floor.
3, 2, 1, rest.
Okay, so we're doing the backs of your thighs, now the fronts of your thighs.
1, set to go.
So you're going to grab quad, stretch forward, swap over. Okay, work on your bum muscles now, stretching your hips out. Hands on your hips.
Set to go. Work out.
Push your bum down and then swap over. So pushing down, stretching out.
3, 2, 1, rest.
Okay, again, inner thighs again, a bit more of a bigger stretch than in kneeling. So we're going to drop back, push in your bum back. So stretching out one side and then the other. So get that nice stretch down the inside of your thigh.
3, 2, 1, rest.
Okay, back to a little bit of balance now. Right hand's going to touch your left foot. So reaching down, touching your foot, lifting the knee up. So this one we're going to stay on the same leg. So lifting up, down to a touch, and then back up to the other side. Foot nice and relaxed. Touch your toe down if you need to in terms of balance. Bring that knee up towards the top, swap over.
3, 2, 1, set to go.
Touch your toes, lift up, touch, come back up towards the top. Okay, going to do some work on your hips, so back onto the floor, link down,
Set to go. Work out.
lift up towards the top. So squeezing that glute, don't let your hips roll back. Just fitting your bum muscle working, so your important hip stabilizes.
3, 2, 1, rest.
Change sides.
3, 2, 1, set to go. Work out.
That's it. Keep those hips level, squeezing up towards the top. Don't let those hips roll back so you feel it all working in your bum muscles.
3, 2, 1, rest.
And your next one's a nice stretch for your mid-back. Link your hands together.
1. Set to go.
I'm going
Work
to
out.
roll back one side and then watching your hand as it comes back. So you're getting a stretch in the mid-back and your low spine. Trying to work those fingers towards the floor.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
And then change sides.
3, 2, 1. 1. Set to go. Work out.
So nice smooth movement, one side to the other. Dropping back. Stretching out your shoulder. Mid-back and low back. Gently working down each time you stretch back.
Rest. 3,
And last one, you're going to finish with a nice child's pose. So you're going to sit back into the stretch, bum back, stretch down, stretch out those shoulders, low back and your hips. You can gently work down side to side on the floor as well, just to increase that stretch. Okay, so that's your 10-minute routine with a child's pose at the end. Really effective for getting those hips moving, your mid-back, and working on your stabilizing muscles. And we know these have got a big link to injury. So if you want to reduce your injury risk, feel better, move better, then complete this 10-minute routine little and often. You know, you can do it daily, or you can get a really good effect from just doing it every other day. Many thanks.